Hi, this is a look at iOS 7 on the iPhone 5. This is a beta version, so there are some bugs, but it gives an idea on the user interface. So this is the lock screen. I'm on Sprint. You can slide anywhere to unlock. These are the new flat design icons. One notable thing was that since Apple got rid of the glossy icons, which were high resolution, the footprint of iOS 7 is about 2 gigabytes less than iOS 6, so you'll save a lot of space. Let's look at calendar. This is the new calendar. You can click on a day and then view the hourly schedule. Then you also have a new photos view where you can see collections and moments. So these are all the pictures I've taken over the years. This is the collection. If I go back one step, I'll go to the years view, and it's 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I also see the places visited. So for example, 2010 shows California, New York, Utah, and 4 more, and it also has scrobbling. So if you click and hold, you can see a thumbnail of the image. It's pretty accurate. So I'm going to open one image, and when you leave it, it'll just open the image. You also have a new notifications pane, which is a translucent one. One complaint about this is that since the text on the notification is white, it's not that visible with the thin font, but this is how it is. You can see missed notifications, all, and today shows you the date and your stock ticker. Now the stock ticker is also not horizontal anymore, it's vertical, so it takes a lot of space. In fact, the whole today screen is taken just by the stock ticker. And you also have the control center, which lets you toggle Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, screen lock, night mode, flight mode, and lets you start flashlight and other things. You can also toggle your brightness, which is good if you're using your phone as a GPS in the car and need to increase the brightness. And you also have a new folders view, which again the issue is that it takes up a lot of space and you have a lot of empty space in the bottom, so Apple could have fitted more icons here. And one other noticeable thing is that Apple is now using non-glossy icons, so the icons you see are in fact the ones that are used in the iTunes store. So these are the hide as iTunes store icons and not the iOS icons. In fact, if you look at, there's an app here called Vox.io. The icon for this earlier was a big V, but now it has a tiny Vox.io text, which is actually its iTunes icon. You also have pages, so you can scroll through icons inside a folder, which is needed since they shrunk the size of the folder itself, since it displays very few icons now. Besides that, there are a few other things. You have a dedicated FaceTime app. One other noticeable thing is that when you start the FaceTime app, it displays a background as your front camera, which is not visible here, but if you look carefully on the device, you can actually see things in the background here. You also have a new phone app, that's the dialer. And of course you have multitasking. Now you can view your apps as cards, which is similar to WebOS and BlackBerry's Playbook OS, and you can flick them to close. The other noticeable thing is that some apps look very different on iOS 7. I'm gonna search for an app. That's the new iTunes interface. You also have nearby apps here, but this is not yet working because Apple has not yet finished tagging apps to locations. Now here I have a sample UGuide app. As you can see, the interface here is red because the navigation bars were set to red, and this works pretty good on iOS 6. But if you look at this app on iOS 7, you notice that the bars are now blue, so it looks kind of weird. But the other thing is also that the button is still red, so the interface needs to be updated for app developers. So it switched from red to blue for the apps that use the navigation bar, and the buttons are still red. But if you have web-based applications built with PhoneGap or Cordova frameworks, they look decent. Other notable thing is also you can access Spotlight search by dragging app icons downwards, and there is no dedicated screen for that, so from any page you can just drag down to search. And you also see the new keyboard here. Now this keyboard is there in all the default apps. However, when you use the old iOS 6 apps, you get the old keyboard back. So here, this is the old keyboard, and this is an iOS 6 application. But here you have the new keyboard. Also, when you have the old non-5 or non-4-inch screen apps, they again run in a letterboxed mode with black strips on the top and the bottom. So that's an early look at iOS 7. It also has a new Siri interface. What time is it in Japan?
In Tokyo, Japan, it's 7:11 a.m.
Japanese stock index?
Nikkei 225 went down 28.3 today, or 0.21%, to 13,289.32.
So that's Siri. It's again a translucent interface. And so that's a basic look at iOS 7. There are some bugs. For example, if I open Newsstand, it's going to reboot my phone. So I'm not going to do that, but Apple will definitely fix those before the public release. So that's a look at iOS 7 on the iPhone 5.